Hello everyone, welcome back to Starfield Terran Armada. We are at Namira 4A right now, at the Rugen Industries Outpost. Let's land. I'm going to do the quest where we're supposed to build the outpost for these companies, or for Rugen anyways. Because that allows us the ability to build X-Tech extractors, and I'm curious to see what other rewards would be available after that. These should be pretty easy, right? It's actually pretty close. Oh, that's actually pretty close to us too. Do I bother going over there? Wait, whatever. We'll just do this first. So it gives us some supplies, that's good. Favors or favors. Build a powered X-Tech extractor, build 3 power turret, or 4 power turrets. So X-Tech extractor produces 1 X-Tech every hour. Does it matter where I put it? Guess not. And then I need to power it up. This is 12 power. Wait, how much do I need for this one here? We need 5. But then we need turrets, so hold up. Basic turrets would work, right? Yeah. 1, 2. Facing the wrong direction, but that's fine, I don't really care.
Is that for your dungeon?
So each of these need 3, so that is 12, plus 5 is 17 power. +... This thing's massive. Put it here. And then I guess we'll build a wind turbine here. Wait, does that not... Oh, this one might be too far away. Modify. Bring this like right here or something. There's a way to connect the powers. Oh, I guess I just don't have enough power. Huh, how did I miscalculate that? I need 17... Oh, okay. Guess I'll build another wind turbine. You fulfill the requirements for the Rugen Industries Outpost. All fixtures will become permanent and building privileges will be lost after you speak to Percy Canu. Make sure you are willing to donate everything extra you may have contributed here to Rugen Industries. Okay. So we don't keep this outpost anyway, so I'm glad that I didn't really spend too much time on it. Since these are pretty quick to do, I might just do the other ones, but I am going to visit this ship first. Wherever that is. Ah. It's like right here. Now, there's a random ship right there. Was it this way? I mean, I set a marker, but... Oh, my game crashed. Okay, I'm not too sure if I'm going to show it, but there wasn't anything interesting in the ship, and the other two quests were exactly the same, so I figured I might just cut that out. But yeah, let's turn in the
Roxanne has been
quest.
quite the asset. It was wise of us to find her. Have you completed the outpost?
It's done to your specifications.
Now that's what I like to hear. As promised, an X-Tech power core so you may build your own extractor where you wish, and the prototype Nova Blast disruptor. I hope you'll find it useful.
Oh. Nova Blast disruptor. Hold up, is that a... Ooh, dispatcher. Okay, EM weapon. That's pretty cool. Mixed Tech Power Core. That was the thing that I got, right? I need to check it in the recording, actually.
News on the Terrans? You wrap up that outpost?
Uh-huh. It's as good as done.
Music to my ears. Now, I owe you one X-Tech power core to do with as you please. And once we take that final fight to those Terrans, you'll have UC ships by your side. We'll do all we can to clear a path. You have my word.
Okay.
Find anything new on the Terrans? The outpost. Is it completed?
Oh, I guess you're a free star. I hope it's to your liking.
I'm certain it will be adequate. Now that you've held up your end, we'll be sure to hold up ours. I have a guarantee from one of our militia generals that you'll have reinforcements against the Terrans when the time comes. In the meantime, here is the X-Tech power core promised. Use it wisely.
Okay, so I guess aside from getting the actual X-Tech power core, we would get support from the Freestar and the UC.
We were lucky to find you, you know.
During the final mission. Sort of like the one with the Crimson Fleet near the end, I suppose. Okay.
Roman's the best. I can't imagine life without him now.
Right, we're gonna talk to you.
Oh, these young fools, so certain of their morality. What do they know, eh?
They're young, let them be.
No, I will remind them every minute of their lives they are fools. And I'll wait for the moment I can tell them I told you so. I did not survive the tragedy of Shinar just to forget its lessons.
Who the hell are you? I'm not familiar with the tragedy of Shinar.
Shinar was a research outpost built out in the far reaches of space. We were humble scientists, studying the land and making discoveries.
That's kind of rude. It sounds like a peaceful place.
It was, which makes it all the more tragic. It was taken from us. There was a shipwreck with a lone survivor. We rescued him, brought him back, and treated his wounds. He repaid us by stealing our ship, wrecking our comms, and leaving us there to die. All because we gave him shelter. Because we did the right thing.
How did you survive?
Sheer luck. Without food, water, we only had days before dehydration set in. But some decided to take their own lives and die on their own terms.
Ah, a bit of mystery meat action there. I probably won't say this just so he doesn't have to recall it. I'm just gonna keep it vague. That doesn't sound like it was luck.
It was luck. I never said what kind. Now, I must live with my actions. All because we chose to help a stranger.
I've never heard of this settlement.
That's because it no longer exists. It has no more place on a map than the rocks and the trees. All thanks to a lone pirate who tricked us all.
Where do you think the pirate is now?
I want to say he's dead, but men like that are cockroaches. They have a bad habit of staying alive.
That's the way it goes. Be glad you survived.
The lucky ones died that day. They are free from this farce. If you're curious, we'll find them at these coordinates. I cannot speak to what you'll find there, but it may point you to what you seek.
Help wanted. Oh, I think this was mentioned to be a pretty good narrative mission. Are you against joining the Vanguard?
I am against volunteering for any fight I've no stake in, yes. Once you open your eyes, see the world for what it really is, you'll realize the truth. All things you believe honorable and chaste mean nothing when you are cold and starving and crossing swords with death.
Yep, I completely agree with that sentiment. Have you ever thought about getting revenge?
Of course I thought about it. Every day for 2 years, until it consumed me. But then I realized there was no goddamn point to any of it. Even if I kill him, so what? My friends, my colleagues are all dead. Whoever Caruso is, let God be his judge.
Caruso.
There is no God, then we're all doomed anyway.
Yeah, I learned that name from watching Christopher Odd play Mafia. Who says you can't learn things from video games? What can you tell me about this pirate? Do you have a description?
He was a real bear of a man. Soft-spoken, but forceful. What few words he used, he didn't mince. A man like that tends to get respect, but it's all a ruse. And he fooled us just long enough to give us the slip.
Okay.
I grow weary of this galaxy.
Something that involves
A little bit wary about doing this mission because I think this one is more of a longer one, but I guess that's fine. Oh my god, we have to jump. We have to jump to that incursion too. I'll jump here. That way we can skip past the incursion.
I had a good feeling about you. We just need a little time.
Nope. Wait. You must have mistaken me for someone who cares.
What are we going to do now?
You know, I was going to respond that way, but I didn't read it fast enough, and I already committed to reading it already. That's kind of mean. Oh. Wasn't me. Not gonna stop me from looting your ship. Holy crap. Now we can jump through here.
Setting down, everything in the green.
Optional search Shinar for evidence of Caruso's crimes. But that's optional. Yeah, I heard this one was pretty story-oriented and there's like decisions that you can make. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a video, I suppose. Okay. Batman mode. Whoops. Ooh, hello. Not that I really need it, but I'll take it. Holy crap, that's a lot. Ping. Tevat's ship coordinates. Well, Caruso's last known coordinates. Okay. Telemetry data, last known coordinates. Ganibu 2, New Babylon Outposts. Engine status okay, navigation computer okay. Project goal, inhabit a Class BH planet. The challenge of developing on a barely habitable planet is one that the team at Project Shinar are willing and excited to undertake. The studies and results that come from this experiment will no doubt pave the way for future exploration. Shinar, a new arc, a new beginning. And it came to pass as the descendants of Noah journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar. Noah's ark was said to land in the mountains of Ararat, and from there, the descendants traveled eastwards to the plains of Shinar. And so we have named our own small settlement Shinar in honor of that ancient trek. I've joked with Bernhard that if this were truly an ark of biblical proportions, we would have left him at home and brought animals instead. He didn't disagree that we made the wrong choice. Supply issue. The crop yield this season was not ideal, and we've been relying mostly on imports. Dr. Costa says there has been changes to the soil that we didn't anticipate that have affected the vegetation across the biome. Hunting and scavenging isn't the best option, given where we positioned our outpost. We tried not to disrupt the local ecology, and there isn't much fauna to speak of anyway. As expected of a BH planet, we will rely mostly on supplies delivered from the outside, and gradually wean ourselves off this in the coming months. It feels a bit like asking your parents for more money when you're supposed to be out on your own, but thankfully, we've got enough funding with this project that we can afford to fudge the timeline a little. Still, if this is truly going to live up to the Noah's Ark name, then eventually we'll need the settlement to be self-sustaining and keep contact to a minimum. Crash landing. A ship crash landed to the west of here this morning. We sent a few folks to check the wreckage to see if there were any survivors. Apparently there was one, a merchant by the name of Caruso. For now, we've left him to recover in the medical tent, but a couple of the community members questioned his story. According to them, the dates and anecdotes don't seem to line up. Bernhard says after a crash like that, he'd be lucky to know his own name. I'm inclined to agree. Even if he isn't who he says he is, I think we should give him a chance. Why? It's the right thing to do. We'll be holding council later tonight to discuss the matter. I will let everyone know where we stand on the matter. Okay. And then... Caruso. Caruso is still on the mend, but he is well enough to walk at least, and so I offered to give him a tour of the outpost and its facilities. We told him that he was welcome to stay as long as he liked, but that supplies were limited due to the issues with the farm and that a ship will be coming soon. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that seemed to catch his attention. Overall, he expressed gratitude for the aid. Oh, not to scroll back all the way here. Betrayal. It's gone, the ship, the supplies, everything we had stored for the month. The tracking system we have on the ship says it jumped off world this morning, while we were all asleep. The other members are saying Caruso stole it all. How could I have been so naive? Starvation. The scout team we sent out haven't returned. In addition to the ship and the vehicle, Caruso stole all our weapons, our charts, and navigation equipment, and so we're helpless out here. Without food and water, we won't last long. People are talking about alternative solutions. I pray to God we don't have to consider them. The end. Most of the team have been given the lethal injection and have been laid to rest. Only a few of us remain. The others gave us both consent to consume the bodies, but after doing so, I feel wretched inside, as if my cowardice has taken what little humanity I have left. So I've chosen to meet the end on my terms with the only tool I have left to use. It's my mentor's gun, the gift they gave me as a good luck charm. I want to say something pithy, some final goodbye that resonates to anyone reading this, but the reality is, I have no hope to give. Instead, I'll just say what I feel in bold black paint. Black paint? Oh, here we go. Glaciate Ogni Speranza? I probably butchered that. I'm gonna have to Google what that means. Optional was to collect evidence, so let's go to some of the other places here. Here it is. Shinar audio recording 1.
What do you think about this refugee, Caruso?
Quiet man, hard worker, keeps to himself mostly.
I mean, his ship didn't look like it was built for trade. And some of the details of his story don't add up.
You think he's a smuggler?
I think he's worse.
Relax. Even if you're right, the man can barely stand. He's no threat to the outpost.
At the very least, we should lock him up. Treat him like a prisoner.
Well, you'll have to take it up with the group. I think you're overreacting.
Let's get note number 2.
What's happening? What's wrong?
It's Caruso. He's taken everything. The ship. Our supplies.
What about the food storage? The water?
It's gone, Bernhard. All of it.
When is the next supply run? Home base will notice if we don't check in.
We won't get a resupply in time. He waited until we restocked before making his move. Don't you see? There is no way out from this.
No, we will find a way to survive. Trust me, we will.
Okay, number 3.
It's been 3 days since we were left for dead. A few went out in search of food and water, but haven't returned. Dehydration symptoms have started to set in for all of us. Fatigue, dizziness. I recognize that outside of a miracle. This is likely my last will and testament. There is only one choice left. The others are already discussing how to do it.
Okay, Caruso's note. Crash landed at this place called Shinar's Outpost. The people are friendly, patched me up. Didn't ask too many questions at first, but now folks are starting to get curious. I've tried to keep my ties a secret, but the holes in the ship tell a different story. Won't be able to keep up the facade for long. That's okay, a supply ship is coming soon, it's my ticket out. There's a tracking device on the ship, but I'll make sure I'm not followed. Okay, so that's all the evidence it seems, but there is a terminal here. Okay. Laboratory experiments. Soil samples prove our existing crops on this planet will be difficult to grow, but that was the intent when this particular biome was chosen. This is the challenge taken up by our team, to prove such a planet can be colonized. Our survival will depend on the bright minds of the scientists here, many of whom are the best in their field. Thankfully, we are tight roping with the net. The monthly supply drops will give us a chance to ease into this slowly. Dr. Agugne? Lethal injection. With our supplies gone, we've had to convert the lab into a medical tent, but an inventory check shows we don't have the ingredients to make suitable barbiturate, paralytic, and potassium solution. That notwithstanding, the consequences of dehydration will be much worse, and so many have opted to choose the injection we synthesized. Those that remain will have a difficult choice. Dr. Agugne. Okay. Carted off the corpses. I've carted off and buried my friends. Too many. Some of the others have agreed to be consumed so that we may live, and we buried their bones after the business was done. Draining the blood, preparing the meat, it was gruesome, ugly business. But we're alive. Even so, the toil has not gone unnoticed. I'm worried about Simon's mental health. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Caruso's last known coordinates.
Hold up, stranger. This outpost belongs to the citizens of New Babylon. State your business or kindly leave.
I'm looking for a dangerous criminal.
Yeah? Got a description of the perp?
We'll go with Bernhard's description. I was told he was a big bear of a man, soft-spoken, but didn't mince words.
That sounds like Big Hal. He's big-boned and a big softy. But he's no criminal. Not unless you count the dad joke he made about the picture in jail. Now that was a crime. It was framed.
Ha.
Maybe you two ought to clear this up in person. Head on through. He should be in the back. You can't miss him.
Alright, let me reload my guns as we talk this out in person. What are you? Ooh, security clearance. As security chief, I take my job seriously, and while I value privacy, I also know that in emergencies, certain measures and precautions must be taken. Vital data that is on other residents' computers will need to be accessible, so I've filed them under restricted access data in this computer. Any locks will still be present, but they'll have a far lower security level and can be unlocked with my key card. Resident Share Program. My partner left New Babylon thinking he could strike it rich elsewhere, but that just means his shares are up for grabs. I might have to fight Grace for them. She's a sneaky one when it comes to finances. Yeats might be dead in a week, so I feel like his shares might be available soon. Once Hal takes over for Xena, I really think this outpost will take off. We're going to need more people, obviously, but if Ivica can strike a deal with a big player for the Calamite, I think times will be changing for the better. So we need something to access. Oh, okay, we can just hack it. Whatever. That's just way easier. Ivica Vukovic's computer. Yeah, let's read them in order. The future of New Babylon. The Helium-3 yields have been strong this year, and I think we can strike a long-term deal with Hope Tech to transport the goods. Xena wants this outpost to be a rest stop, but that's utopian nonsense, an ideal carried over from Alphonse's time. It's far better as a mining outpost. We take the scrap, recycle it into a refinery, and we profit. Credits are what sustains us, not people or community or all this other crap. Caruso. Xena seems to be grooming Caruso to be her successor, but I don't know where Caruso stands on the topic of the rest stop versus refinery. On the one hand, he seems like a practical man, straightforward, hardworking, with none of the voluptuosity that the younger folks pine for. But it seems like he's bought into this idea of togetherness and community, which infects the mind like a disease. Does he think I will ever respect or value someone like Sunny if we sat at the same dinner table? No, I will respect her when she puts in the work. Talk is cheap, effort is free. Relaxation tapes. I spent all these credits on these stupid tapes, and they are not helping at all. I should have just bought one instead of the whole set. I put one by the workbench to see if I can't remove the talking and just have the music. Xena... Oh. I guess I kinda skipped this one. Caruso hinted the other day that until we get more workers, we should consider repairing some of the machines to take on the labor. I did my best not to spit in his face. Machines make more work, not less, because they do a mediocre job. Everyone knows this. Okay. Xena Heald's computer. New Eden. We had such dreams when we first arrived. Caspian was born in the first month, the first citizen of this new and uncharted world. His father, Alphonse, was the leader at the time and my mentor. I remember him telling me that he was the first of many. The idea was to someday transform this place into a thriving rest stop, an oasis in a vast, endless vacuum of space. But as much as a visionary as my mentor was, ultimately he could not see the vastness of the step in front of him. He needed to step, but he always wanted to lead. Years later, Caspian is still the only child to have been born in New Babylon, and since I have taken over, I've pared down our goals to something more realistic: sustainability and moderate growth. Still, over the years, many of the citizens have left to greener pastures. After the last exodus, I worried the outpost would be abandoned. But in the past 2 years, we've begun to grow again, slowly but surely, bringing in new folks from the outside. We hope to lay the foundation for the future. This land is still fertile and full of possibilities. We just need to keep expanding through continued recruitment, and perhaps one day, New Babylon will be the place Alphonse envisioned, a thriving city-sized rest stop for truckers and tourists alike. We plant these seeds in the winter so they may sprout in the spring. Co-op system. We've tried to persuade members to stay in New Babylon based on a share system. This ensures each citizen is literally invested in keeping the outpost alive and thriving. We know that there are valuable Calamite deposits in the rock as well as Helium-3, making it an ideal rest stop for travelers to refuel. The planet offers everything we need to make this a thriving settlement. All we need is to convince the people to keep at it. Security access to computers. I talked to Dr. Kim the other day, and she told me a rumor Sasha was trying to... She told me a rumor. Sasha was trying to gain access to the other computers here in New Babylon. I told her I'd talk to Sasha about it immediately, and I still intend to, but I just haven't had the time. Retirement. It's time. New Babylon has meant a lot to me, but its daily trivialities make it so I can't write, and I need peace and quiet and solitude to write. I needed to do the experiences and people in my life justice. I want a quiet place, somewhere I can hear the soft lapping of the waves, and write my memoirs with an eager but respectful hand. Thankfully, Hal's arrival has given me an out. He's taken on the role of leader, and for the first time, I can see a way for me to retire. There'll need to be a vote, of course. Democracy will have its say, but I'm confident with my endorsement, Hal will win. That isn't to say I won't miss this place. My hope is I'll come back every few years to see how far it's come under Hal's guidance. Okay, so Xena's like the leader and Hal's gonna be next. Dr. Kim's computer. New Babylon history. New Babylon has been through a lot in the years before my arrival. The death of their leader, Alphonse Robertson, Caspian's father, and the mass exodus of half the citizens would have normally been a death sentence for the outpost. But Xena's leadership has kept the ship afloat, somehow, someway. Yet the most interesting aspect of New Babylon from a research perspective relates to the conditions here and its effect on birth rates. Many of those who left in Exodus were couples. During their time here, not a single one was able to give birth to a child. Once they left the planet, they were able to grow their families quite extensively, according to my research. Oh. Grant proposal, birth rates, and blood types. During pregnancy, the amount of blood in your body increases by about 20 to 30%, which increases the supply of iron and vitamins that the body needs to make hemoglobin. My hypothesis is that something about the environment here affects the overall blood volume, which negates pregnancies. Caspian is the exception, albeit his mother was already pregnant when she arrived. Test shows that he has a rare blood type. RH null? I wonder if that's the key. From a funding perspective, I can convince the suits the value of such a study. We need to know how birth rates are affected by the gravity, air composition, and food of this orbital. My sources tell me there are many corporations looking to expand their operations by colonizing habitable planets, a practice which can be legally justified since they are not under the jurisdiction of any government. Xenomorphic study. I've been running tests on some of the local fauna that Hal's brought back as part of his hunts to see if they offer any clues. It's hard to say without a control group, but it does seem like blood volume is less than what would be expected. I think I need to get more samples of blood from the people here. It's also a good idea to have ample reserves in the event a transfusion is necessary. I'll talk to Xena about having everyone in the group donate blood. Outpost blood types. I've solicited everyone to submit a blood sample. Xena is A+, Grace is O+, Sasha is B-, Sunny is B+, Yeats is AB+, Ivica is question mark, probably didn't submit the sample, Caspian is RH null, Hal is A+. Yeah, Ivica refuses to supply a sample, which is ridiculous. I've insisted this is for the betterment of the outpost, but he lets his pointless superstition take precedence over the safety of the group. If God forbid Ivica needs a transfusion, I have to waste valuable time doing an antibody test first. But the most interesting sample comes from Caspian, an extremely rare blood type which has no antigens in the RH system. Statistically, he's a unicorn. Even back on Earth, there were only a handful of reported cases. I'd love to get a much larger sample, but Ivica's rants have made him question the validity of my research, and so far he's been reluctant to consent. Okay, that was a lot. Hold up. Workbench for the relaxation tapes. Oh. Hold up, where's the security guard? Huh.
Check the intake filters.
Oh, Caruso.
They look fine. Ugh, this thing is so stupid.
Easy now. If the filters are fine, then what's the next step?
The next step is we blow up this machine and strip it for parts.
Or you can check the pressure valve.
Or I can check the freaking valve. I think you're right. I didn't install it properly. That explains why the pump's malfunctioning.
Good. Take a break to cool off, and then get your tools.
Okay.
Big Hal's one of those guys who speaks from his chest. Sometimes it feels like he can knock you back with his breath.
Okay. So I guess that was the keycard to access the computer over there. Taking all that. Can I take this? I can. Okay. Ooh, they have a ship here. Can I take the ship? Inaccessible.
I've been listening to this
By the workbench.
tapes, but they aren't helping.
Welcome, new listener. We are here to guide you
I'm brought to you
on
by
a
Chunks.
special journey toward relaxation and meditation. Brought to you by Chunks. Relax your shoulders.
Can't believe we got visitors coming to this.
The skin on your face. The softness of your tongue. Now imagine your tongue gliding over an 8x8 centimeter cube. A chunk. It might taste like chocolate. It might flow like wine. But know that when you taste it, total relaxation is possible.
Okay. Let's talk to everyone first. Sunny
I
Kim.
got Big Hal to cover for like 3 of my shifts this week. Next week, I'm going for 4.
Ha! Smart. How about you, Ivka? You're the paranoid one.
My keycard. I'd bet both my thumbs it was Sunny.
Was it now? Let's check. No keycard here. Nothing else to say?
Hal is Caspian's mentor, but someone needs to do the same for Sunny Kim. In my opinion, she's lazy.
Okay. Let's talk to Caspian.
Pizza's good. Name's Caspian. Some people call me Cas for short.
Okay, let's talk to you.
Yates is the town preacher and drunk. Right now he's doing both in jail.
Oh, where's jail? Up here? Oh, there's like an entire other section. Okay, never mind. Ooh, maybe that's where Sasha's keycard goes. Caruso's confession. Ooh, okay. I'll do that last. Hey, buddy.
After a year here, Hal was voted in as a citizen unanimously. He's been invaluable.
Okay, I can sleep up in your bed.
I'm sorry. I've got too much to deal with right now. If you have business here, speak with Hal Caruso.
New Eden. We had such dreams when we first arrived. Caspian was born in the first month. Okay, yeah, so we read all of this already because that computer in the front links to everyone's computers, so that's fine. Nope, don't care. Oh, hello,
nice to get new
Dr.
visitors
Kim.
here.
And you have your own entries. Wait. Was this red? Ooh, no. Okay, Sunny. So wait, Dr. Kim's personal logs, Sunny. My parents are forcing me to find a spot for Sunny here. It's so frustrating that I have to babysit my sister full time. Why do I get punished for her mistakes? Sunny's attitude. My sister's attitude is infuriating. I know part of it is just an act, but perception trumps reality. If the group thinks she doesn't pull her own weight, then that narrative will lead to a lot of resentment, and that's going to reflect poorly on me. She doesn't ever think about how much of a burden it is for me to have her as my sister, especially given her past chem use and trouble with the law. I just hope she doesn't relapse. Part of the reason I keep the chems under lock and key is for her protection and mine. And then Sasha accessing our personal files. I've heard rumors that Sasha wants to have access to her computers for security reasons. This is ridiculous to ask of anyone, let alone a doctor. Patient confidentiality supersedes whatever threat she's manufactured in her mind. Thankfully, Xena agreed with me. Does it matter that she's like looking at me? Whatever. God damn it. Are they going to arrest me or anything? I can pay off my bounty when I'm on the ship. Wait, where did she go? Oh, she ran off. God damn it.
Hold up. You've got a bounty that'll need to be paid off if you want to keep that head on your shoulders.
Fine.
Wise choice.
God damn it, Doctor. Anyways. Private patient data. Locking this under private since I need to get it off my chest. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that. I haven't gotten much sleep as of late, and last night I made a really clumsy mistake. I was attempting to get a larger sample of Caspian's blood and didn't use enough tranquilizer. I ended up having to knock him out the old-fashioned way, which combined with the chems did the trick. Worse yet, that clumsy idiot cut himself picking up broken glass. So on top of the blood draw wound, I had to disinfect and dress the cuts on his hand. The whole thing was a freaking mess. I didn't really know what to do at that point, so I grabbed some kaolinite to make people suspect it was a theft. I'll get rid of the evidence by synthesizing it into a stimulant. I've been staying up really late anyway, and the coffee isn't enough. Okay. I'm gonna take a short break here. I'm getting a headache for playing too long, so I will cut back to when I'm back.